No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Today, we got a very talented young artist by the name of Scorey in the building.
Hell yeah, thanks for having me.
For sure. How you feeling, man?
So I'm feeling good.
Yeah? You said you were just in Atlanta?
Yeah, I just got back out here.
Right.
It's type hot out here now, though.
It's too hot? What's it like? You're from fucking Syracuse, dude. I am from the East Coast, so I have been to Syracuse, so I know where you're from, which is probably not something that the vast majority of people you meet these days can say.
Hell nah, it's cold as fuck over there. Where you from?
I'm from New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cold in Syracuse.
How do you, well, not during the summer. It gets hot as shit, right?
Yeah, it get hot. It got hot in the summer though, but in the winter it get real cold though. It gets a lot of snow. Like,
Yeah.
you still gotta go to school. They still don't shut school down.
Really? You didn't get school
Yeah.
days or snow days?
Hell no, it'd be like
What?
foot of snow. You don't got no snow days.
Dude, I lived for snow days. Snow days were the best things ever. Waiting and just like turning on the TV and waiting for them to announce that you didn't have to go into school. That was the best shit ever.
It just snows so much. If we got snow days, we'd never go to school.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? That's out of control. So how do you describe it to people who obviously don't know anything about it when people ask you what Syracuse is like?
It's just like a small town. Everybody know each other.
Uh-huh.
It's like giant. It's like, yeah, like everybody. You probably got a cousin from every side of town. It's like just small.
Is it grimy at all, or is it kind of like a nicer city?
Yeah, it's like pretty like on every side, but the north side is probably grimy.
Right.
Like the north side, that's where all the white people at.
Oh, yeah.
Nice part of town.
So would you ever go up there? You got any reason to politic with these white people?
Yeah, a lot of people live up there. Like they move up there.
Okay.
They live in the hood. They end up moving up to the north side.
Right. And so, okay, what was your childhood like? What were your parents like?
It was cool. My parents was cool. I used to I live with my mom, but my dad would come. I go to my dad's house like every weekend. They split up when I was younger.
Okay.
But yeah.
And they both lived in Syracuse?
Nah, when we was younger, we had moved to DC, and I went up to Syracuse like every other weekend with my grandma.
That's kind of a far fucking journey right there.
Yeah, it's like 6 hours.
Oh, 6 hours? Okay. Not that bad. All right, so you grew up sort of going back and forth. Which side of your family did you gravitate towards? Who was the cooler side?
My mom's side. I didn't really know my dad's side of the family like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I was my mom's side. That's my mom's side. That's why I stayed at my grandma's house.
And what kind of kid were you?
Shit, I was a good kid. I grew up good. I went to school. I was good in school. Now, I used to cut up in school, though. I was like a class clown.
Really?
Kinda, yeah. Like that. My teacher in 4th grade, she gave me she used to give me like 15 minutes at the end of class every day to like have a little comedy show because I was a class clown. Yeah. And like, yeah, I was like 4th grade.
Right. And so would you describe yourself as popular, or like why do you feel like you had that impulse to want to entertain people like that?
I don't know. It was only in like elementary school though. When I grew up, like high school, I was quiet. I ain't really fuck with niggas like that.
Really?
Yeah.
What changed as you got older?
I don't know. I don't really know. I was quiet when I was young though, but it's just like in school, I was just a class clown. I don't know.
Did you do good in school? Like, were you getting good grades?
Yeah, for the most part, but nah, probably not in high school though. When I was younger, I got good grades. Then probably after 8th grade, that's when I started getting bad grades. But I got I would always get like I would always get an A in English or like spelling or something like that. Anything I gotta do with like words, I'll get an A in it. But like math and stuff like that, history, I fail it.
Yeah, I was the same way. Math just did not stick to the inside of my brain at all.
Hell no, I hate math. I still to this day I can't do no math.
Right. Rappers always have bars about how they like were good at math because they like sold drugs.
And like count money and stuff like that.
I always felt kind of weird about that. Like, nah, bro. I was just bad at math. Even with the selling drug shit, it was complicated.
Even like counting money, like people say they good at math because they be counting money, but even counting money, I'm not good at that neither.
I mean, that's just adding. You know, it's just counting. It's like pretty much the most basic form of math.
Oh yeah, but I still like, I'm not good at keeping track of money, saving money, nothing.
Really? I got a money counter.
Or
Yeah. I don't really usually have much money, but when I do, I can use the money counter.
yeah, I was thinking about getting one, but I don't be having too much cash on me.
Yeah. I honestly
I
had to use it once, and then I got rid of the money, and now I don't have any more cash. It's kind of weird because it's like sometimes I need cash, and I'm like, damn, I got to take it out of the bank. Why the fuck did I count it and deposit it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But so okay, you were getting fucked up in high school or what? Because you had like some pretty crazy drug experiences I seen.
Yeah, I ain't start like I was smoking weed in high school. I ain't started really doing like pills until I got older, like out of high school though.
Okay, how old are you now?
23.
23. All right, so that was after you were smoking weed in high school. Was that very frowned upon in Syracuse at the time, or was everybody doing it?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I started smoking weed before everybody. Like all of my friends, I was probably like 12 when I started smoking weed. I was smoking weed with my cousin. Then, cause all my big cousins like around me was smoking weed, so I'm like, they getting high around me. Like we in my grandma crib, and they all getting high around me. I'm like, damn, I want to feel what that feel like. They all eyes low red. Like I'm like, damn, I want to feel that. So I'm like 12 years old. I'm trying to get high.
Right.
So I started pinching my cousin weed, like a little bit at a time. Then I ended up like learning how to roll up. So I just started smoking at like 12 years old.
You smoking swishers or what?
I was smoking them raw papers.
Oh, okay.
I started trying to learn how to roll them, but I really couldn't roll them like that. I was fucking them up.
Right.
And wasting weed and shit. But then I had like, my cousin had rolled it up for me. She had taught me how I roll up, then boom.
I feel like you're not supposed to roll a blunt for a 12-year-old.
Nah, she was like 12 too. She was like 11.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah.
But that's like buying beer for like an underage kid.
Yeah.
Like even if the kid offers you money, I mean, I've never had that happen to me, but I always have like heard about it. Like kids come up to you outside the 7-Eleven, like, "Yo, can you buy me some beer?"
Yeah, that used to be not
never
beer,
had
but
that. Never happened to me.
beer, not beer, but raps. That used to be me though. I used to call the niggas outside the store like, "Yeah, you could buy me a zigzag."
Yeah, that's some dicey behavior, man. They could get you. I got asked to be employed at one point in my life when I was in high school of going into like liquor stores and trying to buy cigarettes without an ID. And I never ended up doing it, but I got offered this at a certain point.
Well, like high school kids?
Yeah, because I was like 16 or 17, and they were like, "Are you down to do this? You'll get paid to just go try to buy cigarettes." I'm like, what the fuck? This feels like snitching. Even at a young age, I thought that seemed kind of fucked up.
But they ain't like ID you, because I thought you need to be like 18 to buy
Yeah, but that's the point. Like I would try to buy cigarettes without an ID to like basically prove that they were down to sell to an underage kid.
Oh.
So then they would fine them like, I don't know, 10 grand or some shit that would probably fuck their whole year up.
Or they was trying to have you be a narc.
Yeah, basically. But I never ended up doing it. It would be a great story, and probably a lot of people would consider me a snitch if that was actually out there on the public record.
That's a whole sting operation.
I'll get a 6'9" rep real quick.
Hell yeah.
So were you always fascinated by music, or what were you listening to?
Yeah, I grew up listening to like my first favorite rapper was probably 50 Cent. Then when I grew up, I started listening to Lil Wayne and Drake. That was my favorite rappers. Then when I got to high school, I started listening to G Herbo, strictly G Herbo.
Okay.
I knew every G Herbo song word for word.
You weren't listening to Dirk and all these other drill rappers? You were just fucking with Herbo?
Yeah, nah, not really. I used to listen to L.A. Capone a little bit, and Rondo number 9. But yeah, I used to mostly listen to G Herbo though.
Okay. Were you going down to New York City and stuff? Like, does the average kid in Syracuse ever visit?
Yeah, I visited. I used to have family in, I still got family. I got family in New York City. So I probably visit like once in a blue moon, though. Not too often, though.
Right. But do you relate to New York? Like, do you feel like a rapper from New York?
It's
do you
a
feel
whole
like
different hell.
that's like a totally different place to you?
Yeah, like it seemed like a whole different state. Like some of our lingo the same, but they accent different. We talk different,
Right.
act different. It's like a whole different.
But there's some overlap, don't you feel?
Yeah, like
There's been times when I was in like Rochester or Buffalo where I was
they-
looking
yeah,
at people
they
and I'm
sound
like,
like them.
they're like a weird variation of a guy from Brooklyn.
Yeah, like they,
You know?
they be trying to sound like them. I think I feel like to me.
Right.
But
I mean, it's right over
Syracuse-
there. That's like their main cultural influence, more or less, right?
Yeah, but Syracuse, we don't be on that type of time though. Like we don't sound like them, try to act like them. I mean, some people do though, but
Bro, are there any lit rappers from Syracuse besides you? Has anybody really got their shit off the ground?
shit, not really like, but Tusi, they say Tusi from Syracuse.
Is he originally? Fuck.
Yeah,
I
he
interviewed
grew-
him. I forgot that.
He grew up in Syracuse. He moved when he was like 12, 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. So you feel like you got it on your back? Is that like an important thing for you to sort of put that on?
Hell yeah, like, cause yeah, I'm basically like the first rapper that really got my rap career flowing like out of Syracuse, like coming straight out of Syracuse. So I
Right.
felt like I really like put on for the city though. But he put on too, like he shout Syracuse out. Nobody never heard of that,
Right.
heard of it before though. But yeah, I was coming straight out of Syracuse though.
So did you graduate high school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You graduated with good grades or was it a struggle?
Nah, I think I graduated with like a 2.3.
Okay.
And they were saying I probably would, like my college, like the counselor was trying to tell me I couldn't get into college. I was probably gonna have to like go to a community college or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was the plan though? Like you ended up going to college?
yeah. I went to like a little community college, and then I had dropped out after like 2 years. I got kicked out for selling weed too though.
Selling weed? How the fuck they catch you?
Cause I was beasting. I ain't gonna lie. Like my whole, I had it in like a Ziploc bag. Like they ain't had it just before they had the little airtight bags. So my shit was reeking up the whole hallway. And the RA, RA came to my door like, nah, he didn't even come to my door. He just called the police. Police came to my door.
It's easy to forget as a kid because like my backpack on the plane the other day, it had just this in it. And I
was
fucking
reeking.
pull it out of the thing, and I'm just like, oh fuck, like just hits me in the face, and I'm like, man, that is crazy because you know I be around weed so much that I forget how much it fucking stinks.
Yeah, especially if you got some loud too. Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
but if you're in a situation like that where you could get caught up over it, but I mean New York, especially back in the day, now it's like legalized and everything. Back in the day, I seen dudes selling weed who were, you know, really using vacuum sealers just for their stash, just to go hop on the train or whatever, which in California, that's completely foreign because nobody fucking cares.
Yeah, I wish I had that back then. I probably wouldn't have gotten in trouble because I was doing my little thing for a minute, but then that shit happened. I had probably like 2 ounces in there, so it was over like the felony weight, but they didn't count it as that. I was on probation for like 2-3 years.
That was it though? No jail time, just probation? Nice.
Just probation.
And so were you making music all along during this time period or what?
Nah, I started making music like after I got kicked out of college. So, probably like a year after I got kicked out of college, I started making music. I was like, I ain't playing basketball. I ain't in school no more, so I'm just about to start rapping.
Mm-hmm.
And I started rapping probably like a couple, like probably say like 6 months after I started rapping. That's when Polo had found my music.
So you were just putting freestyles out there, or what did you actually have out there?
Yeah, I started, like when I first started, I was just putting out freestyles, like sitting outside on my block, like just having somebody record me doing a little freestyle. Then I noticed I'll get like a lot of shares. Like one of my freestyles got like 600, 700 shares on it.
On Facebook. Right.
Yeah, so.
I love a rapper who comes up off Facebook.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's really from the dirt.
That's what, because people were saying I gotta go on Instagram and my shit, but I was telling them like Lil TJ came up on Facebook, I gotta come up on Facebook too.
A lot of people end up telling me that they blow up on like a local level off there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was doing my little freestyles, and I'm like, nah, I gotta do a music video. So I did one music video, dropped it, It did okay. And I did my second music video and I dropped it, and that's the one that Polo had seen and he posted on his story. So it got like 100K,
Right.
like a month probably.
And so then he taps in with you, or are you tapping in with him? He was just shouting it out on some random shit. He wasn't trying to sign you, right?
Nah, he was trying to sign me from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
He hit me. He hit me at first, but I wasn't really trying to sign. Like I ain't really want people telling me like don't sign no rapper.
That's kind of cool that he did that, because a lot of times if a rapper's trying to sign somebody, they're not going to shout him out, because if you shout him out, you're basically just inviting other people to try to sign them.
Yeah, but he told me like, even if you don't sign me, I'ma still fuck with you. I'ma still support your music, blah blah, because I genuinely fuck with you. So that's when I knew like he was a genuine nigga.
Right. So were you already a fan of his, or were you already listening to him at that point?
Yeah, hell yeah. I was definitely I was listening to him for like 2 years before he signed me.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, he kind of pioneered like a certain type of flow that is becoming more and more common, where you sort of add this like melody to each bar, and I feel like it's like very influential. But there's not that many people that are doing a good job of it. So it's interesting that he signed you, somebody who kind of is doing something that's influenced by him. You know?
Yeah, that's why he said. Like part of the reason why he signed me too, because my sound was similar to his. Right. But yeah, like I looked when I thought about doing that, because I used to like rap at first. Like I wasn't really singing at first, but when I thought about doing it, I was thinking about like him, basically like him and Drake, like how Drake got like a little melodic flow too.
Right.
So yeah, that's what really made me start singing.
Right. But I mean, Polo switches it to like rapper mode, like kind of leaves the melody behind a lot too. Like in that PGF Nuck remix, that's like him reminding everybody like I don't got to be singing on every song, right? Like,
yeah, that's a fact.
So do you flip that switch still at certain points and just be like, I'm just gonna rap my ass off?
Yeah, I got a couple songs like that, but I don't really do it unless I'm on a song with somebody like somebody that just rap, like PGF Nuck.
Yeah. You can't be singing on a song with him. That's going to be a different kind of song. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to do the right thing for the beat, you know?
It's possible, though, because I don't know if you ever heard King Von and Polo song. Polo was singing, King Von rapping.
No, yeah.
You could do some stuff like that.
Yeah. No, it's all about how you finesse it, you know? It's all about how natural you feel on the track. Like, if it feels forced, it's never going to work, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, but so do you feel like you need to be more inventive with your flow, or like do you spend a lot of time trying to like be more creative and shit to kind of separate yourself from Polo? Because I mean, he's so well known for that flow that it feels like that's got to be kind of some pressure to make yourself sound different and everything.
Yeah, I got to. I be trying all the time. Like that's where I came up with the whole little rock beat thing. Like, cause I be trying to find ways to like separate myself from that. Cause if you look at my YouTube comments, just scroll down my YouTube comments, that's all they say.
Really?
Oh, I thought this was Polo G.
Right. But I mean, shit, he's so popular that it feels like your shit is really doing good off of, like, how much of your fan base you feel like came from him versus like people that would fuck with you independent of that?
I looked it up on Instagram. It showed me on Instagram one time, I think it was like 65%.
Really?
My followers follow him too.
Interesting.
Yeah, like a lot, like more than half. So, yeah.
Right. So, okay, when you sign to him, though, how does this work? You start being around him a lot more? You start being in the studio with him, or how does that take place?
Hell no. Like, when I first signed to him, I was still in the trenches every day. Like, people like, how you sign to Polo G and you in the trenches with me every day? Like, people would actually say that.
All right.
But, yeah, like, I didn't start, when I dropped my, before I dropped my first breakout song, that song Moves, that's when I had flew out to Cali with him and I started getting in the studio with him. But ever since then, I got signed to like Columbia. Then I moved out here and that's when I was in the studio with him like all the time.
So you officially signed to him and then he kind of takes you to Columbia and they give you a deal as well?
Yeah, he signed me to a management, like he signed me first to a management deal. So he was basically my manager, just shopping me around the labels and stuff.
Okay.
So I could have signed to like Capitol. I didn't have to sign to his record label. I could have signed to like a couple labels was hitting me up, like a lot of labels actually, like damn near all of them. was hitting me up, but I felt like he was so genuine to me. Like I didn't want to sign with nobody else because these labels really be shady. So I just chose to sign to him.
Interesting. And so then, what happens once you sign to Capalot or whatever? Or you said Columbia?
Columbia.
You sign to them, and then how does that change shit? They start putting you in studio sessions, or they start like really taking an interest in making your music better, or what?
Yeah, like my A&R, my first A&R, Chelsea, she'll put me in the studio. Like this the first time I ever been in the studio with a producer. I didn't know rappers do that. Like be in the studio with a producer and they make the beat while you in the studio with them.
Right.
I never knew that. So I just used to get a beat off YouTube, write to it, then go to the studio, probably record like 2 songs and be out. But she started getting me in the studio with actual producers, and I noticed that like helped me a lot.
Right, because I mean they have so much experience, right? Do you like working with producers who are going to be extra involved and really try to, give you instruction or like tell you what they think you should do with songs?
Hell yeah, like I was in the studio, like I go to Internet Money.
Yeah.
I go to their studio a lot, and I work with Nick Mira in there, and one time like Taz, Taz Taylor.
Yeah.
He had came in there. He was listening to all my songs that I was doing, and he was telling me like, yeah, these songs are good, but they some of them like sound the same. You gotta switch it up. So nobody really ever told me something like that. So I'm thinking like, yeah, I probably do gotta switch this shit up. Like,
yeah, Taz will definitely tell you that you need to work on some shit for sure.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's a tricky scenario. I feel like he got the track record to tell somebody that, and for them to actually listen.
Yeah, because he got real hits under his belt.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to that shit.
I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, if I went in the studio with you and you were doing something and I didn't really feel it or whatever, I'll probably just not say anything because I'm just like, I don't want to be fucking telling anybody what to do. That takes a certain level of trust.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, he got that. He to that level though.
Definitely. So you feel like, are you waiting to like? Because you said you had a bunch of songs with Polo, right? Or like, are you guys you haven't dropped a video with him, right? What is the hold up on that? Is that part of the plan?
He really be like picky with shit though. Like he it gotta be like like he gotta feel like it's a real hit for him to drop it. So it'll come though. Like get in the stew and then just do a couple more songs. That should have come.
Right, definitely. So like, how much time do you guys spend together at this point? How often do you go link up with him? Like, if he's on tour, are you typically going on tour with him at this point?
Yeah, like his last tour, I was just on tour with him. Like, yeah, if he in LA, he be moving around a lot. But if he in LA, I'm in LA, so we gonna link up, get in the studio and stuff. We just get in the studio. We don't even be making songs. We just be chilling.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, so you stopped getting fucked up at some point because you had a bad pill reaction, or what happened?
Yeah, I stopped for a little bit, but I started popping again.
Oh, okay.
But I recently just stopped though. I'm like a month clean now though.
Really?
Yeah.
What, you got a thing for the Percs?
Yeah, I fuck with Percs.
More than the lean?
Yeah, I don't like lean. Lean don't be getting me high, just being me sleep though.
Yeah.
Like I never felt like people say they be high off lean. I never felt like I was high. I just felt sleepy.
Yeah. I felt high, but I also felt more sleepy.
Yeah. I just be wanting to go to sleep.
Right.
But it's like I can never be addicted to lean. I feel like because it's too expensive. I'll fuck myself up, go broke.
And it's so fucking hard to get.
Addicted to lean.
You damn near have to have like an employee as a rapper whose whole job is to get you lean. Actually, I know rappers who definitely have had that.
Yeah, me too.
It's a weird job title. But okay, so what do you like about the Percs though?
It's like
That keeps you coming back.
Cause I got I feel like I got anxiety, like social anxiety. If I pop a perk, I'll be wanting to just talk all day. If I don't pop no perk, I don't be feeling like talking to nobody.
Really?
Yeah.
It helps with the music though. It makes you more open.
Yeah, I think I kind of made it like that though, cause I made good music before I started popping perks, but I made it like I try to connect it to the music though. I gotta go to the studio. Every time I go to the studio, I gotta pop a perk, or I felt I had to.
Right. It kind of becomes like a crutch at a certain point.
Yeah.
When you were off it, were you having a hard time being creative in the studio?
Mm, I ain't go to the studio in a long time without just sober. But I feel like I could make some. I feel like I could still make good music though.
You still be recording in the crib as well?
Nah, I ain't never do that yet. I
Oh,
want
okay.
to though. Yeah, I want to try to 'cause I see like Tusi, he be making all them songs. I got millions of views. He be making them shits in the crib.
Yep.
So I want to try to do that.
Like I remember with Juice back in the day, he used to be in
You
the
recording in
studio.
the crib?
Well, at first when I would be hanging out with him, he'd be in the studio, and then at some point somebody just convinced him to set up and start recording in the crib, and I never saw him in the studio again after that. He was just like
Yeah,
unless he was on tour or whatever, but for the most part he would just be in the living room, super comfortable, wearing his fucking pajamas, just recording and making crazy ass songs in the living room.
Yeah, I wish I could have met Juice.
Yeah, he's a big influence as well?
Yeah, I fuck with Juice.
You were fucking with X?
Like my best friend that had passed away, that was his thing. Like he used to love X, but you talking about XXXTentacion?
Yeah. Wow, who you talking about?
I'm talking about ecstasy. I thought you were talking about ecstasy.
No, just fucking drop that in there. No, I was talking about X.
Nah, yeah, I fuck with X too though.
Okay.
I fuck with X too.
Right.
Yeah.
Who do you feel like are the goats at this point in music in terms of like people that your generation are really fucking with?
Like hip hop.
Yeah.
Shit. That's hard. Juice definitely one of them though.
Right.
And would X be like hip hop?
Yeah, you got to give it to him. Just because
Yeah.
he went outside of it. He made it bigger than rap.
Yeah, so X2, them two out there. And like right now, but like currently, I felt like Lil Durk.
Baby.
Baby. Polo. And Rod Wave. I like.
That's why you
like
did that
Rod
song
Wave.
about him?
Yeah, cause the song is Girl Love Rod Wave, because I really never, rarely meet a girl that don't love Rod Wave's music.
Really?
Hell
That
yeah.
says a lot about the girls you be hanging out with.
Maybe the first.
I don't think I know a lot of girls listening to Rod Wave, but they should, honestly. They could probably level up their life.
Yeah, he be making you think about a lot of shit.
My girl be listening to Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. But okay, so yourself though, what do you listen to these days? You listen to like real street rap type shit, or you listen to the more melodic stuff?
I'll be listening to a mixture of both. Like listen to Rod Wave, Polo, and on the street rap tip, we listen to like Jacksonville niggas like J. Breezy, K Shorty, all them niggas. But yeah, like Pooh Shiesty, I listen to Pooh Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty, free Pooh Shiesty, man.
Yeah.
That was all I was listening to for a minute there. Then he gets locked up, kind of left me high and dry. Had to start branching out more.
Yeah, that's a fact. He was going crazy for what was that, 2020?
Yeah. Would you do the XXL cover?
Yeah, they just hit me up for it. I didn't make it though.
Really? So what, you did an interview for the new cover and you weren't selected for this one?
Yeah, I did an interview for the 10th spot, and I had to we had to do votes for the 10th spot and stuff. But I think they picked Baby Tron
Okay.
for the 10th spot.
Yeah.
Shout out to Baby Tron, though. He go crazy.
Shout out to Baby Tron. Is that a goal though in the long run? Would you feel like that kind of solidified your career in a way?
Hell yeah, that's a dream. I used to write. I got a thing in my phone from 2018, a XXL freestyle.
Right.
I used to write XXL freestyle, just the dream of being on XXL.
That's dope. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people now, they talk about it like they might be too big for it, or maybe it's not as cool as it used to be. I don't know.
No, I'm gonna do a XXL, definitely. I don't care how big I get. I'm doing XXL.
Right.
That's what I just said about tour. We was on a tour and a couple people talking about it was too much. Too much traveling, and they was tired and shit like that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how hard a tour get. I'm gonna be on tour, because I always dreamed about being on tour.
Right. I went to a rap show. I went to a No Cap show, and I had my boy with me, Flacco, who really hasn't been to that many rap. I think it was his first rap show, and he's seeing the opening artists and they're performing, and nobody knows their fucking songs. So it's like, it's kind of dead. And and he's like, oh yeah, this shit is really whack. And I'm like, yeah, but bro, that's like. A rapper has to go through that. Like, even the best rappers, the fucking Travis Scotts and the Polos or whoever, they played dead ass fucking shows in the beginning to get their shit out there. And, it's easy for your performance to look great when everybody's cheering and singing along back in your face. But if you really want to make it, I mean, kids these days are kind of lucky because they don't really have to necessarily go out and perform on these shows.
On TikTok.
They can just get cracking online, and then their first show is like a sold out 2,000 person show where people are screaming along with them. But I mean, if you really want to make it, you should be putting yourself in those situations and trying to pick up fans one by one.
Hell yeah, like rappers in like in my city, like growing up, they used to pass out like CDs and shit like that.
Yep.
And go to little shows and shit. Like I done did little shows in my city before I really like blew up type shit. Before anybody really knew my music.
Those are the good old days when I hear people talking about selling CDs out the trunk, coming home with like $1,000 at the end of the day from selling CDs, and that's just their hustle.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, the fucking game has changed, and now you have to just be like, yo, go to my Apple Music.
Hell yeah, ain't nobody listening to no damn CD.
And if you listen to my music all fucking year, then you will have made me like $1. Thank you. But okay, so you plotting on an album, or where's your head at right now?
Yeah, I just got so many songs. I want to drop an album, but I got so many like old songs that my fans still be asking for that I probably got to drop like a mixtape with all my old shit on it before I drop a new album. But I got a lot of new crack though, like real life fire shit.
That's dope. Yeah, I mean, you feel like that's gonna be the thing that puts you over the top and gets you on the double XL cover or whatever?
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the things that hurt me. And shit like that. Like I ain't dropped no album yet. Dropped no project at all.
Right.
I've been signed probably like a year or some change.
For sure. Okay. You got anybody you want to thank or anything that we need to know about in terms of new shit coming out?
Yeah, I want to thank all my boys at Internet Money for sure for fucking with me like on the beat side, producing my shit, my new album, a lot of new crack. I want to thank Polo, definitely Polo, whole Capalot family, ODA family, Columbia Records.
That's real. And shout out to Syracuse.
Shout out to Syracuse.
We're doing it for Syracuse.
315.
That way. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on. You got big things to come.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Scorey, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, Instagram, etc. Like, comment, and subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support.